Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a video for you guys from Swagkage explaining the curse mark, which in my opinion is one of the coolest things in the entire series, and I still kind of hate that the curse mark got taken away from Sasuke Uchiha because I thought it was really cool, and also it gave him a really unique look, which again, the in-story reason does make sense, although still I do kind of wish he would have kept it, or maybe be given like another variation of it later on in the series, because again, like Sasuke's look when he activates the curse mark, second stage, he looks so goddamn cool, and it made his character look so unique. And I don't know, it just sucks that he lost it, and then he never got to look like that again. But yeah, so we're gonna be watching this video, and I think that this is gonna be really important because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people who are probably confused as to what the curse mark could actually do and all of its properties, how it works. And I'm hoping this video will do a good job of explaining that. And let's not waste any more time, just watch the video.
I'm really glad a lot of you guys asked me to talk about this because the curse mark is like really cool. I can't wait, so let's get started. So first things first, think of this video as an extension of the Sage Mode video, since in this video I'm going to be talking a lot about natural energy. Some of you might be asking what the curse mark has to do with natural energy, and the curse mark has everything to do with the concept. When the curse mark was first introduced way back in chapter 4.
If you think about it, it's one of the reasons why it made Sasuke so goddamn strong, because we've seen later on when Kishimoto decided to expand on natural energy with Naruto's Sage Mode training, you saw just how strong it made someone. So the fact that Sasuke became so strong when he was using the curse mark did make a lot of sense. And if you think about it, it actually makes Sasuke a lot more impressive than people think, because he was able to control natural energy so effortlessly when he was that young. Well, maybe not effortlessly, but the fact that he was able to do it at all and it didn't kill him or turn him into whatever, it should speak to you the level of talent that Sasuke actually has.
49 of the manga, nothing was really known about it other than the fact that it powers a person up. As the series went on, we eventually got more and more information until it was explained that the curse mark originated from a lovely guy by the name of Jugo. Jugo came from a clan with the innate ability to passively absorb natural energy into their bodies, and this natural energy would also cause physical alterations and enhance their physical abilities. Orochimaru saw the promise in this ability, and almost immediately after learning about it, began studying it to see if he could distribute it to multiple people. Though Orochimaru never learned how to perfectly control Sage Mode, he did have quite a bit of knowledge on the ability because of his training at Ryuchi Cave. I assume this knowledge helped him out quite a bit when developing the curse mark because of how heavily it relies on natural energy, but that's just a side note. It's not.
You know, knowing all of this, I think this is probably one of the reasons why there are a lot of people who do kind of hope that maybe Sasuke could, now learn to utilize Sage Mode, because he kind of already utilized the form of it when he was young, and now that he's older and a lot more experienced, definitely more experienced than Orochimaru when it comes to control of chakra, I feel like it would be a pretty good asset to him in battle. It may not make him as strong as he was when he had the Rinnegan, but it would be very useful. I mean, we see how much Sage Mode powers someone up. So again, whether it happens or not, we don't know. We'll have to wait and see. By the time you guys see this, a new chapter should already be out. So, I doubt that it's going to happen in that chapter, but who knows? Maybe it'll happen sometime in the future or not. We don't know. We just have to wait until the story happens.
Not really important. Anyhow, as is the case with many of Orochimaru's experiments, the cursed seal is very volatile and incomplete. Not only is there a 90% death rate among those who receive it, but additionally, upon first receiving it, those who do survive the process can't control it for quite some time. Orochimaru has found a way to get around many of the negative aspects of the curse mark in the form of the mind awakening pills, but even after taking these pills, the curse mark still retains many risks and many fatal consequences consequences for overuse. I'll get into that in a bit though. First, let's talk about the purpose and acquisition of the curse mark. The only way to receive a curse mark is from Orochimaru himself. A curse seal will be placed on a particular spot on a person's body after Orochimaru bites them there. The marking will form immediately, and the curse seal will initially cause some pain and stress. While at face value the purpose of the curse mark seems to be to power somebody up, that really isn't what it was created for. Not only can Orochimaru preserve his own being inside of a curse mark, but additionally, those who receive the curse mark tend to be very vulnerable to falling under Orochimaru's control. This control comes in very...
You know, knowing this, sorry, I just want to talk about this for a second. But knowing, where is it? But knowing that the curse mark could do this, the fact that you can preserve your, yourself in the curse mark, you would think that more and more people would try to learn how to utilize this, because I would imagine there's a lot of people who think, wait, you're telling me that there's a way that I can preserve myself in a way that I will technically never die, like some Voldemort shit? I mean, I feel like a lot of people in the world would try to seek it out. Now, especially in the Leaf Village, I mean, they already have Orochimaru on, they're already watching him. So who's to say they won't try to gain that, that knowledge of how to be able to preserve your own being in a mark like this? And it's just something that's very, very useful. And to me, it just seems a little bit weird that more and more people won't try to utilize this for themselves, especially other nations. I don't know. It's just a thought.
His own being inside of a curse mark, but additionally, those who receive the curse mark tend to be very vulnerable to falling under Orochimaru's control. This control comes in various different forms, and can be either direct or indirect, but regardless, Orochimaru will never give somebody a curse mark as a gift. There is always a reason for it. Now that said, it's not like the curse mark is a bad thing. It is a very effective power-up, and it is the fact that it's a very effective power-up that generally causes people to fall under Orochimaru's control after they receive it. Sasuke was so satisfied with the power the curse mark gave him that it caused him to seek out Orochimaru for training. Then again, that's not really much of a surprise considering how reliant the curse mark is on Senjutsu. It's also worth noting that the power Sasuke experienced was only the power of the first stage of the curse mark, which brings me to its next aspect. The extent to which a curse seal powers the body up can be controlled by its user once they've been exposed to it long enough, but even if they don't have full control over the curse mark, the power provided by it still tends to vary. As I mentioned earlier, prior to...
I think I've said this before, but I really, really miss when the Naruto manga looked like this. It's just, later on, it looked a little bit more, how do I say this? A little bit more, I won't say it's bad, of course not. It wasn't bad, but it just kind of looked, what's the word? Normal? You know what I mean? Usually when you open a manga and like there's a specific structure to it, I feel like that's kind of what the Naruto manga ended up becoming. Now, if that made it easier for Kishimoto to draw, then of course I completely understand. But yeah, I don't know. There's just a part of me that really, really misses when the manga looked like, or misses this look of the manga.
To leaving the Hidden Leaf Village, Sasuke only had access to the first stage of the curse mark. This primary stage is the only stage a curse mark user will have access to after initially receiving it, but nonetheless it's still very powerful. While a user of the curse mark can push it to a second stage, they can still control the power provided by the first stage to some extent. As you can see, when a person accesses the primary stage of the curse mark, the design of their curse seal will spread across their body. The extent at which this seal spreads across their body is directly proportional to how much the curse mark powers them up in this state. And as I've been implying, a person using the curse mark can control just how far this seal spreads, which thereby means they can control just how much it powers them up. In the curse mark's primary stage, the changes made to a person's physical appearance are very minor, at least when compared to the changes made in the second stage of the curse mark. One thing worth noting is that the pattern that spreads across a person's body varies depending on which curse seal they receive. Sasuke, Kimimaro, and each of the Sound Four all have a different pattern across each of them, and it's also implied that that each curse seal provides a different amount of power as well. When a person enters the second stage of the curse mark, the influence of Jugo's abilities become a lot more apparent. The physical changes made by the curse mark's second stage make a person almost unrecognizable, changing their skin color, hair color, eye color, and sometimes even adding extra appendages like wings or horns. The second stage of the curse mark provides no extra abilities, with the exception of Sasuke, who gained the ability to fly thanks to his wings. But as you'd expect, it does make a person a lot stronger than the curse mark's first stage does. Jirobo says that the second stage of the curse mark makes a person 10 times more powerful than they normally are, and it's important to consider that Sasuke and Kimimaro both received stronger curse seals than Jirobo did when taking this into account. Now, despite how awesome the curse mark may be, it's not the most stable thing in the world.
No,
there are a lot of problems with the
Yeah.
curse mark. The first of these problems is that most of the time a recipient of the curse mark can't control when it is active. The only reason Sasuke is able to control when his curse mark is active is because Kakashi went through the trouble of performing a sealing procedure on it. On top of that, most people can't reach the curse mark's second stage naturally, and as a result, they have to take the mind awakening pills that I mentioned at the beginning of the video to do so. The thing about these pills is that one of the side effects of taking them is death. And as a result, most people who take these pills have to be placed in a near-death state by Orochimaru's henchmen, and they tend to stay in this near-death state for a while until their body fully acclimates to the heightened transformation provided by these pills. Another problem with the curse mark is that extended use of it tends to corrode the user's mind, which makes them even more susceptible to Orochimaru's influence than they otherwise would have been. On top of that, the curse mark also requires chakra as a power source, meaning
Although personally, I feel like Sasuke would have been kind of exempt from that, because I think one thing that Orochimaru didn't kind of count on is that the Uchiha, if you think about it, are born with really, really strong mental energy, which is the reason why they're so proficient when it comes to, at least I think, when it comes to ninjutsu. Because they're descendants of Indra, who did inherit the sage's mental energy, as opposed to the Senju, and then in relation, the Uzumaki were born with the sage's body, and basically why they have such a strong, such strong life force and an insane amount of stamina. So the fact that the curse mark erodes your sense of self, I feel like that probably wouldn't have affected Sasuke that much because of the fact that he is a member of the Uchiha clan. Not to mention, he's also the reincarnate of Ashura, who, like we said, is the one who inherited the sage's mental energy, really, really strong mental energy. So I feel like maybe Sasuke would have been safe from that, and why he, even after years of training with the curse mark and using it, was still able to retain his sense of self and be able to revolt against Orochimaru and try to kill him.
the curse mark also requires chakra as a power source, meaning that a user of it has to constantly feed their own chakra into the curse mark. This is offset by the fact that the curse mark constantly provides a person with Orochimaru's own senjutsu chakra, but this still makes the curse mark a huge strain on a person's stamina. Simply being in the second stage of the curse mark for too long can cause a person to eat through all of their chakra and die, which sounds like a pretty shitty side effect to me. Nonetheless, I still think the curse mark is really cool. I think that's where I'm gonna end this off, since I've kind of covered everything important about the curse mark, but if you have any questions about it, feel free to ask me in the comments below. And as always, leave any video ideas that you have for me in the comments below, and if I like the idea enough, I'll make sure to get to it in the near future. Thank you for watching the video all the way to the end. If you're new here, maybe leave a like on the video and subscribe to see when I upload new stuff, and hopefully I'll see you in my next video. Talk to you guys later. Swagkage out. Bye.
Okay, so that is the video. So yeah, there's a lot to the curse mark, and I'm hoping this video explained everything that you need to know. If you had any confusion about what the curse mark is, how it works, how someone gets it, all of that did get explained in this video. Now guys, as always, don't just watch my video, watching Swag's video, go watch the actual video for yourself. Like you said, leave a like, subscribe to his channel, show any kind of support that you can for, and not just Swag, but any of the creators that we watch here on this channel. So you yeah, because they definitely deserve it for going through the trouble of actually making this content. And if you want to show support for my channel, consider doing the same. Like, share, subscribe, and also leave a comment letting me know not only your thoughts, but also, as always, if you have a video you want me to watch, a suggestion, just let me know about it in the comment section down below, and I'll get to it. So with that being said, guys, thank you so much again. Hope you enjoyed the vid. Talk to you soon.